What is up, guys? Ian here from Co-Create Today, taking your mindset of lack to a place of abundance. Today I just want to talk about 3 no-nos that are huge distractions in building anything for yourself. For me, I really have my eyes set on building businesses and really becoming financially independent. And in order to do so, I'm going to have to get rid of a few distractions that hold me back from retaining all the power that I need. And if I can't retain all that power, then it goes elsewhere and it's not as efficient as it could be. So what I like to do is I like to look at the things that I could distract myself with and potentially take those out of my life so I could have more time and more energy to put on to other things. Now, distractions are not necessarily a bad thing in moderation, but if you're distracting yourself every single day and it's starting to affect other aspects of your life, you might need to look at whatever you're being distracted at and kind of think long term. How is this going to affect me in the long run? How is this going to affect me in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road? How is this affecting my life in a positive way? So once we can find what is potentially a distraction and then thinking how those distractions are going to affect us in the long run, and how can we take those distractions and not necessarily take them out of our lives, but start to change our mindset and use them from a place of power. Hey, if I get this amount of work done, then I can do that. I can get this distraction in my schedule. So what are the 3 main distractions that I would like to bring up? Well, number 1 is not budgeting, and a huge distraction is spending money where money is not need to spend, if that made any sense. Spending money where you shouldn't be spending money. And I only say that because so many of us are just making emotional purchases. We're making transactions without even thinking about them. We just see it, we feel it, we like it, we buy it. And that can be very detrimental to your bank account and to your further investments. So when it comes to purchasing stuff, like, there's no need to be eating out every day. There's no need to be buying clothes 3-4 times a week unless your budget says so. So unless you have budgeted, you really shouldn't be making any crazy transactions like food, clothing, fun activities, little treats for yourself. I mean, yes, you can have those in moderation, but if you're doing that and it's affecting your costly income throughout the month, it's best for you to lay off those for now, budget your money and start using it more efficiently so you can actually start making money work for you. And then 3-4 years down the ladder, you can go and you can purchase all those things that you like. So having that long-term mindset instead of that short-term mindset is really going to help you with purchasing what you need to purchase. So the second one is big, like extracurricular like activities, video games, TV, going out to bars and drinking, or drinking in general, or partying and stuff. That stuff is very negative in regards to distractions. Video games are a huge distraction. If you have a goal for yourself, it's hard to find how video games can really be helping you in building a business for yourself. Yes, they're fun, and yes, you might meet a cool individual, but video games really don't do anything other than stimulate your brain, and it's almost as like an addiction, and you have to play. You feel like playing. It's fun. It makes you feel good. So if we can lay back on video games just a little, I don't play video games at all, which is kind of weird because growing up I played video games every day, all day. I loved them to death. That's all I would talk about, and all that I see it for is like if I can stay away from this distraction for just a number of years, I know that I can come back and I can actually play those video games with with full-heartedness, and I'm going to actually enjoy them more than I would if I'm being distracted and being delayed through other obligations. So another one is TV. I know that you can watch positive, like educational television, but most of us watch really mind-gooing stuff, basically, reality shows, and those are so like they're so much a waste of time, and more or less it's just people use television like that to actually not think, actually just to like zone out and just let their mind go to goo. And if you have a goal for yourself, if you have a dream for yourself, I would hope that you would see that for what it is and not participate, because I mean, once you have a why, you realize that little things like that really don't power you, and they don't fill your why. And unless you can find a way to fire that why through those, there really isn't necessity in watching those and watching TV in general. I realize that TV is nice ever so often and just to relax and whatnot, but just use it in moderation and don't let it consume 3-4 hours of your day, because that 3-4 hours a day can really be transferred into very positive energy that can literally come back to you. So another one is going out and drinking and partying and stuff. Don't get me wrong, I like to do that. It's fun, but there is no reason you should be doing that 2-3 times a week. Not at all. Ever so often is ideal, because for me at least, when I go out and have fun, typically the whole next day is kind of wasted. I can't really be as efficient. I can't be as ideal as I would like to. So really realizing that, it really kind of motivates me not to do those and participate in that, because it really doesn't fill me, doesn't fill my why. I know that in the years to come, I'll build really strong connections and relationships, and I actually would go out with them to really build and deepen thus relationship even deeper. So realizing that if I'm not with true friends, if I'm not with true ideal personalities, then I don't want to be there. So what's the next one is really let's say bad relationships, really outdated relationships. I've always been one to kind of stray away from a relationship that would ever demeanor me in any way, and if it wasn't positively affecting me and positively affecting my my out of the relationship life, then it really is not a relationship to be in. You know, a relationship should really be encouraging and really being motivating to actually go out there and build something for yourself. Not, hey, I need all your attention. Hey, why aren't you talking to me? Hey, you did this wrong, you did that wrong, yada, yada, yada. That kind of relationship is very negative. It's very closed off. Those are the relationships that I am straying away from completely. There's no reason why you should have a friend or a girlfriend, a boyfriend that is holding you back because they're too lazy to actually do something for themselves. And for them to see you try to go out of your comfort zone and expand yourself scares them. Thus, they try harder to hold you back. See, that type of relationship, you need to get the fuck out of that. That is so detrimental. You are never going to go anywhere if you don't get out of that relationship. You know, one of the biggest things in the business that I'm building, if you have a negative wife or girlfriend, you will not build a business. She will find everything wrong and will beat you down, or he will beat you down, either or. So you don't go out and you don't do something for yourself. And unless you can find someone that is on the same wavelength, is on the same mission, and really works off your negatives and your weaknesses, you're not really going to find that relationship that benefits you in a not only like out of the relationship part, but in the relationship part. So really realize how relationships affect you and how they are affecting your future, and then really look at how much do you really need this person in your life, and how much are you willing to give in order to get. So there you go, guys. Just realize today that distractions are the only thing holding you back from your true potential. And once we can realize these little distractions in our lives and take them out, that's how we really get closer to our dreams and aspirations. That's how we really start aligning ourselves to who we truly are, our higher selves. And once we become our higher selves, then there's really no stopping us, because once we realize that we are true abundance and we are very powerful beings, it's just going to motivate us to live a very healthy life, and we're going to be able to do all those distractions that I listed, but with a conscious mind, and it's going to make it more fun and more experience. There's going to be more experience through those distractions. You will realize that everything in moderation is totally healthy, and once you get to that point, it's going to be a blast. So I hope you guys like this video. If you like these videos, go ahead and hit subscribe. Other than that, hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I'll catch you later. Namaste.